You're knocking around the millions of cans that I keep in my room.
Welcome back.
I keep thousands and thousands of cans in my room because I don't know. I like to throw them all out at once. What can I say?
We can learn a lot from you. Enjoy the little things.
Ashby,
Ashby,
no.
get off. Anyway, we're back, and this is Katawa Shoujo.
This is SUBPARCADE.
We have
Hi.
Joe Toolbag.
Joe.
In case you guys forgot.
Joe Toolbag.
Yeah, I guess.
50.
I guess.
Joe
Yeah.
56 episodes in.
Joe Toolbag.
Yeah. Wait till episode 100. We're gonna put like some confetti on the screen. We're gonna make a little cheering sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's normal that to record? Do you guys like ever record these episodes in your underwear?
I'll never tell.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I don't either.
Oh, I know the answer,
yeah.
and I'll never tell.
Yeah. Just let me give me like 2, maybe just 1 minute to rustle on a pair of sweater pants.
Sweatpants?
Yeah.
Sweater pants.
Just kidding. I am wearing sweatpants already.
Well, me and Steven are in the nude, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I flayed off my skin. I'm not wearing my skin suit anymore.
My
so,
skin suit. Hell yeah.
That's scary. The smell of the gardens is, as always, a very pleasant sensation. Some of the most visible signs of how well funded the school is, aside from its sheer size, are the expanse and conditions of the ground. A good number of students can be seen eating lunch, chatting, and playing on the bright green lawns. Even some of the staff is enjoying the summer here, keeping watch over the students and idly walking along the concrete paths.
Ooh, look at those shorts.
Creepy.
And then,
it's the nurse.
And then Muto's all like, you shouldn't, those are your students, you shouldn't look at them like that. It's not alright, that's not okay. And then the librarian is like, hey, you guys, I fucking hate this job, I want to go work at the Shanghai. And that's what they say.
Yeah, true. I have never seen a sight like this in my home city. On excursions maybe, but certainly never in the school or anywhere near where even the bench I sit on to the road is warmer thanks to the summertime sun, reminding me of why I haven't torn the school blazer even once. Considering this, the sunflower splash of vibrant yellow adorning the paper quite appropriate for the time. It's only words. Here, I was thinking I managed to get over her when this troublesome thing shows up. Her handwriting looks vaguely familiar at best, but only that I see it again. I remember that she used to write in pink pen a lot. She always writes very girly, for a lack of a better term.
Cringe.
But she was quite fragile. I never knew if I liked this aspect of her or not, though with the arrival of this letter, that question seems to be largely moot.
If you write in cursive, that's pretty fucking lame.
I write in cursive.
Yeah, Steven does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do
But,
it so no one else reads what I have to write. It's a privacy thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't read cursive.
Okay.
No one can. No one knows how to write it either. I was taught in like 2nd grade, and I don't know. It was never used again, but I retained it somehow.
I just, like I do like sort of scribbles, and then like I pretend that they're words, and then like I never do it as like a note to me. I just do it to make it seem like I'm, taking notes. I'm not. They're just like distraction, I guess.
Yeah. I get you.
It's yeah.
It's like the equivalent of doodling.
Yeah, except it's just like you know.
I want to know what the letter says.
You know what it says.
No, don't.
We read this before.
You don't know. You didn't read all of it, though.
Yeah, you threw it away.
State of going on in her life. My old class is a good start for the school year. Many are anxious about the exams that will be coming up in the future, etc. But in the end, on a very personal, if brief note, it feels like she wrote most of the letter just to try and soften the blow from the ending.
I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I'm really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most, even though I like you so much. At least now, finally, I can be more honest. If I could go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you not to give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe we wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you managed to get back on your own feet. Now that the distance between us is so physical, it also feels more final somehow. I wonder if we meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you are doing. I wish you the best. Sincerely, I wanna go.
Follow me on Twitter at
Big Tits Tiger Lily.com.
Yeah. At SUBPARCADE.tv.
Yeah. And so that's that. Our relationship is over. Nice, neat, and tidy with no ambiguity. I hadn't held any illusions that it could begin anew. The last time she visited me, neither of us said a thing except for the one word she said as she left for the last time. Goodbye. Be that as it may, it feels more final. The capstone of an experiment that both of us tried and failed at. A loud shout draws my eyes away from the letter. It's just some students horsing around with one of the teachers sitting nearby coming over to talk to them. You okay, you little shit? Oh, it's you.
Are you
It's
okay?
Lady. Tentative voice comes from my side. For a moment, I assume it would be Hanako, but it's actually Lainey. Oh, hi, Lainey. I thought you'd be in the library. She gives a cheerful smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. One quite fitting for the atmosphere, and flourishes the empty wrapper of foil in her hand. She must have something else covering for her while she grabs something to eat. Reminds me that I haven't had anything to eat yet. I don't feel hungry, though. And skipping one lunch won't hurt.
You're gonna die. Mind if I sit here?
Sure, go ahead. Quickly slide the letter back in the envelope. I'm really nervous and sweaty. There's Lainey next to me. She has large boobs. She's also very popular on YouTube.
What? Debatable.
Slip it inside my bag, propped against the side of the bench as Lainey takes a seat. She drops the wrapper into the bin beside us. Without much else to do, I lean back and take what enjoyment I can from the sun, silently reflecting on the letter. The lush lawns, the clear blue skies, everything looks so different from the way it did back then. Even the school's surroundings, from the hill it's on, the woods, you know. Maybe this is what it's like to feel homesick. Then again, it's not an outright bad sensation. The feel of the area, oh my god. While very different, it's also nice. I think I could get used to it.
Hey, Hisao.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch? You didn't answer my question from before. I wasn't going to say anything, but you still look troubled. If you don't want to say anything, though, it's okay. I don't mind at all. I'm sorry for asking something strange like that.
I don't care. It's just, I got a letter for someone I knew before I came to Yamaku. It made me think about things. I thought I'd managed to get over most of the problems that my accident caused, but now I'm suddenly not sure. Kinda wish I'd never seen it.
I don't think that's good, Hisao. When my boyfriend left me, he did so very suddenly and never let me know why. At first, I was very depressed about it, but I decided to forgive him.
Oh, this is Lainey in the future, and I'd suddenly leave her.
Don't!
Just kidding. You forgave him. Couldn't he at least have talked properly with you about it?
He was always one of those people that found it difficult to come close to others. Steven. Welcome back.
Indigo was making all kinds of hell.
Ashby was being a bitch.
Ash bitch.
Ash bitch. In the end,
I
I
love
decided that it didn't even matter. And then I decided
In the
that
end, it didn't.
I decided that I
Yeah.
fell in love with him for a reason. He was a good person, and I think that if I had been in his position, I probably would have figured it just as hard to try and talk to him.
I don't really see the connection to the letter I got.
I mean that how should I put this? It must be very hard for that person to send the letter, and if they did, I think that they must have thought very hard about exactly what to say.
Hanako managed to write this letter and bring a final close to our relationship, something that I'd never managed to do. Whereas here I am, trying to protect and help Hanako as best I can, especially with Lily leaving for a while and I'm not even able to deal with my own problems.
Does that make sense?
What? She's taken my non-response and furrowed brow as doubt. She really reads faces too much, just like a certain other person. Yeah, that makes sense. The letter was just kind of a shock, really. I think I tried to fool myself into thinking that my life reset when I came to Yamaku, but now I'm suddenly aware that it didn't. I'm a bit of a loss at how to deal with these feelings.
I think that's something I can't really help you with, sorry.
It's fine. I think being able to talk with you helped me get things sorted out a bit better in my head, so thank you anyway. I really miss my ex-boyfriend. She nods and smiles sweetly. Lainey is a nice girl, so it's the same that she's so highly strung so often. The school bell rings and startles us both.
I was supposed to be back before the bell, god damn it.
Oops.
Saved by the bell.
Hee. She jumps off the bench and almost races off without a second word. But turns her heel as she remembers she was talking to me just now.
Who's your
I'll see you
favorite
later,
character from
Hisao.
Saved
Cheer
by
me
the
up.
Bell?
Cheer up, okay?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I didn't watch Saved
If
by
I
the
had
Bell.
to say, it would probably be Screech because I knew a kid and everyone just said he looked like Screech, so we called him Screech.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good choice.
I'll try to. Thanks, Lainey. With a quick bow, Lainey takes her leave and begins her rush to the library. Her flight catches the curious eyes of a few passing students who are unenthusiastically trudging back to their classes after their fun. Reluctantly standing from the bench, I dust myself off and join them. Even while I walk through the gardens back to the main building, the thought of the letter in my bag doesn't stray far from my mind.
Alright.
Oh, new scenery. It's like a fucking buffet of sceneries today. The feeling of walking through the streets is one of very deep nostalgia. While Yamaku may be like the reverse of where I've lived in the past, the city at night is amazingly familiar.
Do a green screen of the nostalgia critic coming out and shooting us. Thank you.
The eyes are moving constantly from the bright electronic screens glowing high in the night sky to the street lamps piercing the darkness with their light to the businessmen enjoying themselves after work and the busily talking couples on dates.
Oh, don't you mean the salarymen, Hisao? The salarymen?
Yeah, the salarymen. The salads. Even if I didn't want to, I can't help soaking in every aspect of the city. I savor its familiarity with the sweet candy sitting on my tongue. Oh. Lily is walking to the left with her cane swaying to and
Lily to the left.
fro.
Akira to the right. Cha-cha real slow.
Crisscross.
Oh yeah. I almost
Buddy,
forgot.
cross your hands.
Onto
Work it out.
onto her sister's arm for
Charlie
guidance.
Brown.
Charlie Brown. Compared to traveling by taxi or bus, being driven by Akira in her rather nice car was more enjoyable experience.
She's
Aw,
so cute!
look at her fun collar. Maybe not for the person on my right though. While Lily was used to her sister's driving style, and I quite liked a bit of excitement, Hanako was holding very tightly to the door most of the trip.
She's like, bitch, I've almost died once. Can we not?
Her hat looks like some of the, Not Gwyneth Paltrow.
Britney
What's
Spears.
her name? Gwen Stefani. would
Ah,
wear.
yes. But also
Yeah.
Britney Spears. Everything looks
Yep.
so pretty at night.
Hanako quickly looks down yet again as she accidentally catches someone's gaze. Yeah, it does. My answer isn't very thoughtful since I'm distracted by so many thoughts I find it hard to keep on small talk. One of those distractions, aside from the city sights, is how Hanako looks. Akira is just like dog whistling. She's
Yeah, she's
whistling
like,
at girls like passing by, you know, like
Hey, babe. Looking good.
Humna, humna, humna.
Her eyes come out.
heart beating out of her
Yeah.
chest. This is the first time I've seen her as something other than her school uniform or pajamas. Gave me pause when I first saw her outfit when we met up at the school gate. Considering how much her head is lowered when people walk near us, I imagine that the hat she wears is more of a fashion statement.
More than a fashion statement.
While initially I was wary of Lily's plan to take us into the city, when night fell, it became obvious that she had thought about this. Not many people have paid Hanako much heed since the darkness hides her scarring well.
Steven, can I just say, side note, you might have to cut out some of my audio right there because ambulance drove by.
Oh, I cut
Drove
out.
by.
I cut out everything. You're not even in this video.
Thank you.
So we're in the city. Any ideas what to do? Kira beams a smile. Something tells me that she's the one who's making this particular decision. Strip club! Even if her sister may have proposed the outing in the first place.
You'll see. Just follow us.
I nod and try my best to stifle a grimace. After what happened during Hanako's birthday party, I don't trust Kira's judgment all that much, that bitch.
God.
What? Hanako, look! It's 9 3/4! And then they just make her run into a wall and they laugh at her.
Oh.
Oh, that's mean.
We're passing more and more cafes, restaurants, and other eateries. Every once in a while, a drunken man in a suit comes out of a bar, usually being supported by another. But for the most part, the customers around this part of the city look young and fashionable. Different kinds of music come and go as we pass each business. The discord created by the overlap should be degrading, but it reminds me so much of the times I spent in the city with my old friends that I don't mind. Hanako and I have started to drift a little apart from this Lily, and it comes to a stop when I hear a soft thud from beside me.
Sorry.
By the time she rights herself from the unapologetic bow of the middle, I was wondering if middle click could make that disappear. I just wanted to see your outfit.
Aw.
Cute. The middle-aged businessman she bumped into is walking away after mumbling a half-hearted apology. Hanako looks a little put off by the experience, and as she quickly skips ahead to match my pace, I notice her head hanging low once more. She probably bumped into him because she was looking downwards and not where she was going. Stepped aside a little and put one hand on her far shoulder, drawing her closer.
Is out?
It's okay, you can walk closer to me if you want, babe. Hanako hesitates, but eventually nods in assent. After a couple of times when I thought we had arrived at Akira's destination, we reach our target. By now, we're below the elevated walkways and past most of the garish and brightly lit places. I'm a bit surprised the average age of those around us is distinctly older, and the smell of cigarette smoke is quickly thick. The area is far from seedy though, and it's a little amusing to see Lily's reaction to the smell of smoke. While it's masked by the low talking of those around us, jazz music can be heard emanating from a side. Looking up at the dimly lit sign, it becomes obvious why. Jazz club. I have to admit, it's not what I was expecting. Lily gives an amused snort and smile.
You like jazz, Sao? Somehow I feel like I should have known it, Akira.
As we talk outside, I notice more and more odd sideways glances directed our way. People awkwardly clash themselves staring and look away. That just makes it more obvious. I had noticed this occasionally when we were walking, but it's more pronounced now. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. An average-looking Japanese teenage guy just a little taller than normal isn't the type to draw attention without making an effort.
Hey, come on, just because you're teenagers don't mean you can't have taste, right?
Well, I don't really mind the music, if that's what you mean.
I don't mind either.
She's only managed to force the words out. It contrasts heavily to when we're alone in a Yamaku. It disappoints me a little that she's so highly strung for what's supposed to be a good time out on town. It's hard to read Hanako's face as she keeps looking downwards. It's little wonder if she doesn't often come out into the city because of this. It makes me a little thankful that my own scarring is easily hidden. Lily has a similar way of attracting people's gazes because she's so hot, but the reason for it is clearly different. She hardly looks like a native, and the same can be said for her sister. That much is far more noticeable than her blindness from a distance. She may not be able to see this for herself, but I have little doubt she can hear the odd whispered phrase from people who think they are out of earshot.
Is she deaf or is she blind?
She doesn't seem to show any sign of either annoyance or pleasure of the attention. Kira is still confident as ever, though. Flashing a smile, she strides in with Lily by her side, and the two of us follow behind. I had expected my eyes to need adjusting to the light inside, but it's not much brighter than outside. The music we'd heard is clearer now, mixed in with the sound of glasses moving on tables and counters, and the husky chatter of the patrons. Looking to my right reveals the music source, a jazz group playing behind some tables.
Oh right, by the way, you unlocked all the music, Steven.
Whee! Dude,
Yay!
we can finally end the series now.
Yep, bye.
Yes, yeah. The patrons...
We're gonna get the bad ending,
No.
and then the good ending. Or the good ending and then the bad ending.
No, I only want the good.
Oh, it's okay. I'll just manipulate you into the bad.
I'll fire you!
It's okay.
The patrons seem to be mostly men, and though there's a handful of women, nobody looks under 30. Aside from us, of course. Feels a little like we've stepped into 1920s, and the atmosphere is quite agreeable. I'm not completely comfortable simply because of my age, but were I older, I would probably feel quite at home. Hanako seems a bit more relaxed now, probably due to nobody looking at her. Everybody's talking between themselves, drinking, and watching the band. Kira casually takes a seat at the counter without even glancing around. She's probably come here before. Lily retracts her cane, filling out the bar stool at the edge of the counter before taking a seat behind her sister. The bartender takes a brief break from polishing her glass to watch her before putting it down and coming over.
Good evening, ladies. What would be?
Just a scotch, thanks. Lily?
May I have a glass of sham?
A black suited elbow hits her side sharply.
Orange juice, please. No problem. Coming right up. A little bit of OJ for the lady. Milk drinker, milk drinker.
The bartender starts to pour their drinks. A couple of seconds pass before Akira suddenly remembers that Hanako and I are indeed here and turns around to us.
You two want anything, or you're just gonna stand there?
Hanako seems to be getting a bit restless. No matter where we're going to see ourselves, there's going to be people right next to her, and I don't think she looks convincingly older than 20, unlike Lily. Looking around, there's a game section to our right. A couple of billiards tables can be seen in the corner. Nobody's using them either. Glance at Hanako, about to ask her if she'd like to play, but she's already looking longingly in the same direction. Maybe it says something that we can get by with a few words nowadays. We'll go play pool over there. Kira leans past me before shrugging and sitting back up.
It seems you'll have to put up with only me for company. How unfortunate.
Have fun, you two!
We turn and set off to the abandoned corner, with Hanako taking the lead. Prospect of a nice quiet game away from everyone makes her walk noticeably faster. Her eyes stay firmly fixed on her prize. table's full size and well lit despite the surrounding darkness, thanks to the bright overhead lights. A huge painting of something that covers the wall. There aren't many people milling about over in the corner.
That's a penis.
Oh, there it is. I can see
Yeah.
Hanako becoming less intense as a result.
You know how to play?
I'm no expert, but yeah, I guess I'm an expert.
Then eight ball? Pulls out cocaine.
Yeah, sure.
You got trouble, my friends, with a capital P and that. Wait, with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool.
What?
You know the Music Man?
No,
Where
never met a music man.
Yeah, never met him.
no, it's a musical.
Yeah, never met him.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Professor Harold Hill. He's one of the greatest gaslighters to ever exist.
A real big inspiration to me.
He's my hero.
Hanako gets the chalk and 2 cues from a set of hooks against one of the walls, while I fetch the balls from
Like
the
you're a
table's
dog?
pockets.
You come in with one in your mouth.
Yeah. Grab the rack from
You
yourself.
spit it out onto the table. It's gross and like covered in spit.
Yeah. God, it'd be so cool if you did that. She patiently waits as I get the table set up. After slotting the final ball into the rack and doing some last adjustments, I end up having to fight my perfectionist urges in getting the bottom row of the balls exactly perpendicular with the edges. With the balls arranging and ready to play, I step back and take my cue from her outstretched arm and carry out a quick inspection of the tip before I'm satisfied that it's in good condition.
It's uncircumcised.
So you played
Am I
before?
right?
Once or twice. I just kind of know the rules.
The air between us feels a little awkward. She's still pretty nervous, understandably, given that we're in public. Eventually, the silence becomes too much for even Hanako, and she begins to quietly stammer.
Who will break?
I think for a moment before reaching into my pocket and drawing a coin. I'll take heads, you'll take tails. After a nod agreement with Hanako, I flip the coin in the air, catch it, and throw it all across the room, and then catch it while running across the room. And I put it in my left hand. Looks like it's you that gets a break. There she is.
Oh, cute.
Oh, there she is. She's gonna fondle them balls. Hanako nods again before taking up her position at the end of the table.
That's a small fucking pool ball. Looks like a pearl.
Yeah, it does. It's different in Japan, you know?
Is it?
She's not usually this quiet around me, but I'm not wholly sure if it's because of the tidbit of information about her past that slipped out a few moments ago.
Everything's bigger in Texas, you know?
Yeah. The cue comes back in a practice gesture before smacking dead into the center of the cue ball with a loud thud. The white ball skates across smooth green expanse before smashing into the carefully arranged balls at the other end. Balls skitter across the table at high speed. The break was good, with the balls breaking nicely distributed around the table. Balls skitter at high speeds. Hanako retreats from the side and I take my shot.
Well done.
Why aren't we dating yet? With Emmy, it was so fast.
She's scared.
Cause she's fucking fast as fuck.
It's true. You're both right. It's only
You
after
sound a
Hanako says
hedgehog.
this that I realize that the ball I was shooting has sunk. I look at her and notice a small smile on her face. It's nice how playing games seems to loosen her up a little. Guess some stripes then. Take a step back. I'll let her take. Oh my god. Take the next shot, but she doesn't advance to the table. Rather, she looks down and rubs her arm. And now I can identify this as one of her gestures that she wants to say something, but isn't sure how to say it. What's up, baby?
It's just you had a nice smile. Do you like playing this?
I sigh and lean back against the table. I'm looking all cool, put my foot up. I like playing, yeah, I think I was smiling because it's really nostalgic, though.
Yeah, I pissed down one of the holes.
Hanako tilts her head quizzically. Me and my friends used to play pool in the game centers near where we lived pretty often, and at night too, because we were cool.
Wouldn't your parents
parents are dead. My parents both worked, so they didn't mind me not being in the house. I stayed top of my schoolwork pretty easily as well, so there was plenty of time for me to do other stuff at night.
So what about your parents, Hanako?
Our conversation dies down with Hanako's timidity getting the better of her. In response, I get off the table and let her take turns shooting.
My parents were murdered in an alleyway much like this one by a man for my mother's pearl necklace.
That's why you don't see me at night, Hanako. There aren't many solids in easy positions, so Hanako bends down and takes a while to line herself up properly. During the day, I'm Hisao, but at night, I'm Night Hisao. Hanako's expression is the same as when we play chess, a relaxed but focused concentration. Athletes sometimes talk about getting into a zone where there's no necessary answers in mind, and I wonder if that's what she's doing. Her posture is good, her ass is great, better than mine to be sure. Just that together.
Yeah.
It's very close to a textbook method of playing, whereas I tend to contort myself in whatever position I feel is most natural for the shot I'm taking. Oh, she's ready. She lines up the cue. The cue comes back, and then she does a couple of practice movements to make sure she's lined up correctly. Hanako takes the game so seriously, I'm scared. It's the only hobby I know she has outside of reading. It feels good to be able to share this kind of experience with her.
She's a gamer?
She takes the shot after careful consideration. Who was she main in Tekken?
Chloe. Lucky Chloe.
No, the bear.
She means Kuma?
Yeah.
Or his name's Kuma, yeah?
Yeah.
Sound like a
Hey
big fan.
Hachi.
Ooh. She means Yoshimitsu. Because she's insane like that. She takes the shot after careful consideration, and the cue ball zooms off towards a ball sitting at a slightly awkward angle near a table. Hanako's careful preparation pays off as the cue ball hits and sends the ball rolling towards the corner pocket. For a moment, it looks like it'll stop just on the lip of the hole, but it eventually tilts just enough to drop in. Man, that was a hard shot. If you can pull that off, I don't think I have much hope.
I'm not that good.
Not just a shot though, even when lining it up, you look so serious. You're like this with chess too. You a gamer? The praise makes her a little flustered. She sets the cue against the table and stands turning to me.
I just like those kinds of things.
Fingers are twisting and turning tightly.
When I was in the orphanage, I just kept doing the things I liked before. If I played games with others, that was enough for the helpers there, so...
She played pool and chess? She sounds like a rich girl. Was she a Baudelaire? I never thought about it that way. Staff... It's Baudelaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Staff at an orphanage would naturally want to have everyone socialize at least a little.
Hey
It's okay
Steven, put the image I just posted into the video. Thank you.
If it's okay for me... Lainey, this is crazy! So crazy. It's James. If it's okay for me to ask, what was it like for you at the orphanage?
Why do you want to know?
Oh no, I've touched a nerve, but the fact that she responded at all shows that there's at least a chance to answer my question. Before, she likely would have just shrunk away without a word.
I'll tell you,
But...
could you tell me who Hanako is?
I wanna... Oh, the letter! I wonder how long she's been
Iwanako's.
waiting for the right opportunity to ask me this. Surprised, but don't hesitate. Sharing information is natural, a matter of give and take. Just quid pro quo. She's someone I used to like. Her nervousness subsided, at least for the time it took to ask. Her curiosity is getting the better of her, and I feel a bit uncomfortable to be questioned on this of all matters. There's no way I could spill out all my feelings about Hanako here. I don't know myself what my feelings regarding her are. Even after talking to Lainey earlier, I want to avoid the subject about Hanako. Hanako doesn't look overly satisfied about the awkward ending of the discussion. Thinks better of continuing it. She was just managing to ask me in the first place without knowing that I wouldn't want to talk about it. I moved to finally take my shot. The lack of talk between us is filled by the chatter of other patrons and the band of the other band. Spying a shot, that doesn't look too difficult. I tried to shoot for it. Oh, it's terrible. See that? The cue ball taps the ball and the trajectory is about right. I put in too much power to grace the corner of the hole as it moves off to the side. Just skirting the pocket.
You blow it a bit.
I grit my teeth a little. I was pretty good at this game, and it's frustrating to have deteriorated so much. Oh, I hate this game. You're cheating. I step back and
break your pool cue.
Glancing towards the counter where Lily and Akira are sitting. They're talking busily between themselves and seem to be having a good time. I turn back to Hanako. She takes her shot. The same face as before, and she lines herself up and sharply pushes the cue. Just as before, she sinks the ball she was aiming for. It drops into the side pocket more cleanly than her last, though it looks as if she's getting a bit more into the groove of the game. Nicely done. She hesitates for a moment and begins to address me without turning her head.
The orphanage was nice. It felt a bit like Yamako does, and the staff was really kind. But as the years went on, I realized something. I was different.
Feels strange to hear her speak so candidly about herself. She's audibly forcing the words out. It reminds me of when she insisted me to tell me about the fire. Hanako must feel that she has to tell me such things. I'm willing to tell her about my own past. Her grip on the cue tightens as she continues to speak.
Most of the children there were up for adoption, just like I was, but unlike me, they gradually left, one by one. But the time I went to Yamako, I was among the oldest children there. For a while, I helped with some of the younger children, but eventually...
Lay on her shoulder, she's forcing herself by now. Or I lay a hand on her shoulder. It's okay. She looks mildly surprised for a moment, but then she nods before setting down her cue and turning towards me.
Do you really think so?
Yeah, I think so. Even while Lily's away, I'll be around to protect you, right? Hanako looks at me for a long time, and I'm taken a bit off guard. Expression hasn't changed from before, still looking somewhat maudlin, and silences between us aren't unusual. I think it's the fact that she's holding such prolonged eye contact that makes this feel a bit odd.
So that's sad, right? She's like, you know, from Meet the Robinsons, you know, Goob,
No,
right?
but,
Or like
it reminds me of
Goob never
something.
got adopted because he missed the catch in his little league game, and then like he ended up feeling like everybody hated him forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
It is really
kinda like
sad
her.
that no one wanted her just because she is a burn victim. It's fucked up.
Just because she was half-baked.
Steven!
It's sad. Oh, well, speaking of burns, though, and being half-burned, wouldn't she not have hair? Is this a wig? Maybe we'll find out. I feel like hair can't grow over burn scars.
I don't know.
Back to being serious. I'm sorry. It feels as if she's judging me. I'm sorry. It's very strange, vaguely uncomfortable feeling. Hanako?
I understand. Thank you.
She smiles, looks away a little, but it feels stilted. Hanako isn't very good at faking emotions, and this is no exception. Move to the table and take my turn to try to distract myself. It doesn't seem to work. Does she think I'm not up for the task and helping her? Is she disappointed in me? Dude, you don't have to fucking protect people, man. Fucking little fucking
Idiot.
dumb bitch. Fucking, I'm here to protect you, babe. Fucking white knight cuck. Beta male. I'm probably
Jesus.
overthinking this while her silences are just an accepted fact of life. Right now.
Fucking go off.
Sometimes I do wish she'd speak more. With a thud, I send the white sphere careening down the table into my target.
Beta cuck simp incel.
Uh-huh. Hanako sees what's happening just as I do. The ball hits hard. With the striped ball I intend to sink veering off towards the 8 ball. Sure enough, as both Hanako and I look and bite our lips, they connect and the black ball rolls leisurely into a corner pocket. She loses.
Nah, that means he loses.
Wait, I thought she made the shot.
No, it's him.
Oh, I lost. All I can do is sigh. Looks like Hanako's smiling again though, so maybe it wasn't for not. That was an awful shot. You win. It seems I'm getting pretty rusty after all this time. Woo! She won! Hanako bends down and begins to shoot the remaining balls into my closest pussy. I almost look as if it could play another game, but a quick check with my watch confirms that the night is getting pretty late. Lily and Akira appear to be drinking at the counter. Seems like we've dragged them away.
Isn't she driving?
Hasao?
Yeah.
Yeah, she drinks and drives quite a bit, it seems.
Shit.
Are you gonna have Lily drive instead?
Oh no. I was like actually considering that, but
No.
I'm an idiot. I turned back to Hanako, who's still looking over the pool table, shooting balls. Her voice sounds different from before.
I'm here for you as well.
That was adorable. I suddenly find myself blushing. It's only natural that she would respond this way given what I said earlier, but it's still a shock to actually hear it. Just what is my relationship with this girl? That's what I've been saying! I want to protect her, like the
Simp!
white knight I am, to make her happy. It just keeps zooming in, like if I don't click anything. I'm not really sure that's something like love, but I don't think these are the same kind of feelings I have with Lily either. I feel sorry for her, having gone through so much in her life. Her parents died in a house fire and she lived in an orphanage for much of her childhood. I can't even imagine that kind of life. But I feel like there is so little I can do for her, especially now that Lily's going to be leaving the country. Hanako and I finish tidying up the tables and cues and pick up Lily and Akira on our way out the club. Feels like something changed between Hanako and me. I can't place what it is. Please hold her hand. But Hanako is acting differently now. And please hold her hand. I feel like we're further apart. If anything, hold her hand!
So you enjoying yourselves?
Please. Hanako and I both nod and agree. The game was good and we both did learn more about each other. So it's an honest answer.
Hanako goes, GG. Because she's a gamer.
Great.
G. Too many G's, Hanako. Lily appears to be a little distracted. Worried about the trip, Lily? Your sister's drunk. She pauses before sighing and smiling weakly.
A little. It means quite a bit.
Douche. The comment earns her a clap on the shoulder from her sister. Hanako smiles back too.
You'll be okay, Lily. I hope you can enjoy your time over there.
Thank you, Hanako. I'll try to. It will be nice to be back with my family after all, no matter how brief of a time it may be.
With that...
Well, I don't have a family.
Oh, well, I'm blind, so...
Oh no!
You know, I said I'm going to see my family, and you know... It's just words, Hanako.
With that, the four of us begin the walk through the car park where Akira's car is. We continue to talk amongst ourselves, but it's mostly just small talk. This weather, huh?
Next time on SUBPARCADE, 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 SUBPARCADE.